New England is the birthplace of the American diner, and in his latest cookbook, Mike Urban celebrates the food culture and funky architecture of these culinary icons. Mike is an editor and writer who has been in the book publishing business for more than 30 years, and we're excited to have you back here on Connecticut Style, Mike.
Well, great to be here, Teresa. Thank you for having me.
Last time you were talking about lobster shacks and clam shacks.
Right.
We have the diner book today.
Correct. Yeah, in the process of going around researching the lobster shacks and clam shacks books, I came across a lot of diners, and then I came up with the idea of doing a cookbook, gathering a lot of the recipes from these great iconic food establishments, and putting them together between the covers of a book.
I thought it was interesting that you just explained it to me that the first diners were in New England.
That's correct. Up outside of Providence in the 1870s, they started these things called lunch wagons, which were on wheels. They rolled them around in front of factories and in front of the Providence Journal. People would come out off the third shift, want something to eat, warm to eat, and cheap and good in the middle of the night, and that's just sort of the precursor of how diners came to be.
I get it. All right, so today we're making mac and cheese. I like to say it's healthy because there's asparagus in it. What do you think?
That is correct, yes. And even the other things are quite healthy as well, in moderation. But yeah, so what we're going to do here, if you can help me,
yes.
We're heating up some butter here on the stove top, and I'm going to sprinkle in some stuff. You want to grab that whisk there? I'm going to push it to work, and just whisk that flour in there.
Okay.
Keep it moving around. I shall stabilize the pot here.
Thank you.
There you go.
How many diners do you think you visited in the course of all the research?
I visited probably, I'd say, upwards of 50 diners, and 25 I ended up including the book and the recipes and stuff like that. And so just kept it going, and I'll crank up the heat here a little bit. But yeah, fascinating places. I mean, some of them are old school rail car type diners. Others look like family restaurants on the roadside. But they all sort of share in common this diner type food. The comfort food, the pot roast, the meatloaf. The mac and cheese, all these kinds of things.
Even diner breakfast, you can't go wrong with that, right?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. A lot of stuff made on the grill, omelets and pancakes and French toast and all this kind of stuff.
All right.
Okay, so we have this boiling along here now. What you do, once you have this going, we have some warmed milk here that we're going to add to the butter and the flour. This is sort of what you call a roux, the butter and the flour.
Okay.
Keep whisking away there if you don't mind.
Certainly.
Keep going and
so let me ask you, how about any standout or very unique diners over the course of your
all
journeys?
sorts of unique diners, but probably the standout ones, I'll hold that for you.
Stabilize.
For you. There you go. A little more milk here for you. You ready?
Yep.
O'Rourke's Diner in Middletown is one of my favorites.
Oh, I know about that one.
It's a great place. It's not too far from here. Wonderful stuff. Brian O'Rourke does a great job with all his cooking up there, makes up new stuff every day.
Now it had closed, right? And then there was a campaign to reopen it?
There was a fire there in 2006, and it was so beloved by the community and Wesleyan University that they raised $350,000 to help him reopen his doors. And when that happened, it's just testimony of how wonderful this place is. Now what we're going to do here now, this is thickening up very nicely. We're going to put in the cheese.
That looks like cheddar to me.
Cheddar, yes. And by the way, grate your cheese. Don't get the bag stuff. That's fine. It's okay, but it's much fresher and much more tasty if you get your own block of cheese and grate it up. In this case, we're using cheddar. The recipe calls for any kind of cheese you want to put in it that melts up nicely. So keep stirring away there.
Sure. Would you do a variety, or you think just stick with?
This will probably be a little bit better.
Just stick with one kind.
Yeah, variety. You can mix them all in. I've done it with 2 or 3 different types of cheeses. Gruyere is good, Swiss is good.
Okay.
Cheddar is nice for a little bit of color and flavor.
Yeah.
And we're just going to thicken this up here a little bit once we have it going.
Okay.
And then keep going.
Sure. Getting a workout here, Mike.
That's right. It's and a lot of these things are they're relatively simple to make because it's food that's made quickly in these diners at good affordable prices.
It's true.
Good stick to your ribs type stuff after the winter we just had. This is the kind of thing you want to be partaking of. Okay, once we have this going here, now we're going to blend in the pasta. Let me get a spoon here and make this happen.
Okay.
A little more steadily.
All right. What about one of the most unique meals you've had at a diner?
Oh, geez, lobster chow mein. How about that?
That is very
unique.
unique.
That is an Eastern, it's Evelyn's Drive-In, which is sort of a half clam shack, half diner establishment. Okay, keep on stirring here. We're also going to put in the asparagus at the same time for color and for health. Really neat place, a unique place on the shores of Nanaquacket Pond over in eastern Rhode Island on the eastern side of Narragansett Bay. And it's lobster with these chow mein noodles put over the top with a special, cumin gravy sauce that goes over there. Really unique and different, but it captures a lot of things that are great about diners. The seafood in New England, and that's what surprised me going out and researching this thing. I found all sorts of great chowders, wonderful seafood dishes, which you don't always associate with diner food.
It's true.
But it's a very nice thing. So anyway, this is what it looks like as you go in here. I'm going to bring out a finished version from the oven so you can take a look at it.
Mike, that was not so difficult for homemade mac and cheese, right?
Mostly assembly, and getting it going. And what you can also do is toss it under the broiler at the last second if you like.
Okay.
tell me where you want me to put this. I can
put
put
it
it right in the middle of the stove
there.
there. Get a camera on that. You can
Looks
give it a little shot on the broiler
fantastic.
there, put a little breadcrumbs on the top, and with that asparagus, you're basically doing a good thing for yourself.
I love it. Well, we're going to dig in at the end of the show. Where can we find your book?
The book is available in any bookstores, independent bookstores. I'll be at RJ Julia in Madison on April the 22nd. Also available online, Amazon.com, all the other places, and that's about it. Barnes & Noble as well.
Sure. So pretty much everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere. I'm hoping the diners can start selling it too. They're going to be offered a chance to sell it at the diners as well.
Great idea. Mike, thanks so much for being here. This looks
you're welcome.
fantastic.
It's been a lot of fun.